is July 25th. Thank you very much. We're tuning into another exciting live stream edition of The Raven's Flock.
Woo! I will clap, but I have delicious food in my plate.
Absolutely. So. Some delicious cheesy jalapeno poppers made by our own K-Storm Cosplay herself. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. Joining me on my left is the host of Los Amigos Play, Mr. Angel Mendez.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here once more.
Happy to be here and sustaining the spice.
Yes. In the time of struggle, we consume to survive.
Absolutely. And joining me on my right is the host of the Black Files and the man whose tank can literally sustain any spice, no matter how many poppers are shoved down his throat, Mr. Juan Arauz.
Why are you hyping my ability to handle spicy food now? Okay, it's one
because I need to make up for his inability to handle spicy food.
Okay, so for the record, you try hyping me as the tech dude who handles the shit on the show. And now you're trying to hype me as a guy who can handle spicy food. Well, you know what?
You see, Juan.
Why? I'm just asking why.
Allow me to explain. We are your friends, and he's your brother, which is like a tier higher than that. And we have known you for a long time, which means we understand what makes you tick. Mainly, your crippling inability to accept a compliment. So shut up. You're a good person, and we like you. So, as usual, thank you all kindly for joining us in another episode of the Raven's Flock, when a bunch of nerds get together, chow on snacks, and get to talk about what's been going on in pop culture recently.
Absolutely. We are next to the last week of July, and there has been a lot of new announcements, a lot of news that's been going around. Surprisingly, the news that we're about to talk about actually started happening hours after our last stream last week. Oh, the timing! And I can't wait to talk about all of this. That being said, we are live until 8:30. So if you're we are
until 9 p.m.
Until 9 p.m. So if you're joining us right now, drop your comments or leave your questions. If you're doing so on your desktop, leave it onto your right side of the screen. If you're looking for your mobile device, leave your comments down below, and we will respond during the duration that we are live.
We'll do our best as I slowly suffocate in delicious spice.
And as usual, our programming here on the Raven's Flock is uncensored. We will be swearing. This is for mature audiences. We will be saying bad words because that's just part of our vernacular.
This is some good shit.
Anything that we may discuss is purely, unless otherwise stated, purely our own opinions. They don't reflect any other organization. And if you can't handle opinions that clash with your worldview, then go somewhere else.
No.
That being said,
you guys remember when we used to talk about cons?
That was last week.
No shit, really?
Yeah,
yes,
really.
Oh my god!
My memory's bad. I'm sorry.
And now we gotta talk about it this week. Like, I'm sorry, we're eating delicious poppers, but I'm afraid we gotta take a turn down south, man.
Up north.
Up north. Whatever.
No.
I say south because it's not good news.
The further north you go in Florida, the more south it gets.
It is unfortunate, but as we all know, during the last 6 months or so, due to the ever so invasive presence of Corona-chan, no, actually, carbonate will do even worse for me.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
As you know, several con events have been regretfully canceled. This is, well, something that you gotta do because, hey, man, you can't put that many people in there. But certain organizations have decided that they don't give a shit. They're gonna do this and they're gonna do it right. And thus, a certain con managed to somehow get through without any major incidents that we've seen yet. And that is none other than CollectiveCon of Jacksonville 2020.
Oh, yeah. I think on our last episode, our last stream, we have said enough about our thoughts on CollectiveCon hosting their event, and they went ahead and did it. And
there was more.
And
a lot more.
You've looked up a lot of information about what happened, both you and Juan,
yes.
And I. And please, bring this to life before I start opening my mouth and every cuss word is going to come out.
All right, so before
I'll let Angel take the lead first because all I got is bad crap to say.
I managed to dig out quite a bit of information from an inside contact. We ourselves could not be, but a friend of ours who we hold very dear to our hearts made the chance to actually go there by himself and actually dig into what was going down. Now, let's begin with what actually... You know what? Before we go into the con, let's talk about what happened around the con.
All right.
So Broly was around the con.
Oh, yeah!
Right. Everybody's absolute favorite, greatest, bestest, all-time, most independent, most awesome super Christian, super
The
vegetarian,
most beloved
actor
figure
and
in
greatest
voice acting right
ever
now.
portrayer of Captain Kirk as well, the most
I
spectacular
forgot he did
singer and artist ever. Vic Mignogna was one of the highlighted guests for Jacksonville's CollectiveCon. However, after, of course, the events and the allegations that were going up against him, CollectiveCon had respectfully rescinded their invitation.
Oh no, this has nothing to do with that.
Oh, really? It didn't?
What is it? What is it have to do?
Correction.
So this con actually got quite a few guests, and many among them our very esteemed and beloved White Ranger Jason David Frank. Now here's the problem. Apparently they overreached because the guests require space because, hey, social distancing.
Right.
They overreached so much that they had to cut off somebody at the end of the list, and that had to be big.
Good.
Wasn't
good. So despite hosting the event, which you shouldn't have, you fucking idiots, you improved the quality of your con by 5% by
overbooking.
By overbooking and by cutting off Vic Mignogna.
So it turns out that
Vic McFuckwad.
So Mr. Vic was in the area because he got cut out of the thing. So he decided, I'm just going to do my own thing. And he set up a little booth near the hotel, like a mile and a half away, for autographs. And based on what we got here, information based on our contact, I will not say names because we got to protect privacy, of course.
Go right ahead.
So about 20 to 30 people showed up to his line. Fair enough. He actually showed up, and he showed up with a mask, and he stated that
masks were optional
exactly.
on this thing.
In his location, the masks were optional because he said that, and this was his words, not ours, he held up a mask to his face stating, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, but he never actually put on a mask. But he said, I am cool with that without it if you are cool without it. Last time I checked,
this is
we
still
all live
America.
in America. Now,
really? No. Let him finish.
Let me finish because, hey, I'm not going to shit on somebody without due. He did not force anybody to wear a mask, but in his own words, you do what you feel makes you safe, and he specifically enforced social distancing. Now, the line apparently had nobody wearing a mask, but they were smart enough to follow social distancing, even though they were essentially endeavored to take care of themselves. There was no marks on the street. There was nobody contending the line. He basically said, you're here. It is your responsibility to keep yourself safe. Aside from that, nothing else happened.
However, on the other side on this, his invitation to the convention itself was actually rescinded.
Yeah, no space.
So there wasn't any space available for Vic Mignogna. So basically, Vic McNuggets' usual impromptu is just another show of Vic Titicaca once again showing up somewhere where he isn't invited without the consent of anyone who actually had him on there in the first place, in order to promote a situation that would potentially invade the personal space of people and endanger them physically as well.
Juan, what do you do when you're faced with a guy who's completely bonkers like Vic Mignogna, who has absolutely lost all common sense?
Like this is sadly a loss of common sense. I understand that he's giving people the freedom of choice to either wear a mask or not wear a mask, but you have to understand this was state mandated.
Yep.
I understand that Jacksonville has their own freaking internal thing because, as Jose will be the first one to point out, Jacksonville is also the home headquarters of All Elite Wrestling.
Yes, really?
Yes, and yet they're following CDC guidelines for their wrestlers and staff.
Come on,
this son of a bitch.
If the wrestlers can follow it, can't you do the same?
All right, yeah. No, I'm sorry. Vic Mignogna, you are a dumbass. With as popular as you are, if you really care about your damn fans, why don't you actually, instead of encouraging them to choose for themselves, because this is Florida and it's the #1 spot for fucking COVID-19.
877 deaths in last month.
How about you use your influence and actually, not enforce, but encourage them to wear the mask? Don't encourage them to choose for themselves because they're not going to wear the mask.
Actually, good news. I just got my hands on a picture. Looks like the majority of his line was, in fact, wearing a mask.
Huh.
Look at that.
That's the line. And
that's the beginning of the line.
That's the beginning of the line. We don't know how many people would actually be wearing the line.
Yeah, no.
Also, we got to be careful. We can't go out and reveal our source.
Of course, I apologize. But yeah, it appears that, yes, the majority of the fans were thankfully smart enough to wear a mask. But, Vic, come on, my dude.
No, you know
You
what you
got fans that love you. You gotta be responsible for them so they can be responsible.
But he's the
you.
greatest. Don't you understand?
He never said that.
No, let me say something. If you really give a damn about your fans, you know what you should have encouraged. You know what you should have done to encourage them to protect themselves. Stay the fuck
honestly
home.
Should have told them that. But then again, nonetheless, we cannot throw shit without giving it equally because none of the other guests said anything about it either. Everybody was complicit on this bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing I want to rip into. Fucking CollectiveCon, the fact that they went ahead and hosted. I get it, you're trying to make a profit and you did everything you can to protect your attendees, but no, the con should not have happened. There should have been someone among the entire organization, the entire event, to take a stand and say, no, screw this, I will not put myself at risk. I'm sitting this con out. All right, there are more important things that you need to take a stand on outside of hosting a fun con and turning a profit. I'm talking about the organizers, the staff. I'm talking about the panelists. I'm talking about fucking security. Every single one of them should have walked away and stayed home, and it wouldn't have impacted them at all.
And yet, here we are.
Also, this is taking place within Duval County, which does have a mandatory mask order in place. And about half of the fans were walking around with or without masks. I'm seeing pictures of people with masks and seeing pictures of people without masks all over the place. So we got a 50-50 split here, basically. Responsible people and not so responsible people.
So this
please curse for me. I can't.
Okay, you want me
the point is you can't trust people, basically.
No.
The point is, this proves the fucking problem. This proves the fucking point. CollectiveCon should not have gone down.
Yep.
I am the first one to say, like, hey, I love going to conventions. I put up a ranting post, last week on social media on my own personal thing, how I was pissed off how every single one of these anti-masker motherfuckers, how every single one of these idiots who are denying science and denying the truth,
and common sense.
And fucking common sense, and the fact that we've got nearly 150,000 people in the United States who have died due to this stupid virus, and these people's response is, no, let's just go ahead and reopen everything. Let's just go ahead and crowd into everyone's personal space. Like,
the sandstorm, whatever, man.
You know the guys at the Roxbury, how they just go on and hump a lady or whatever?
Yeah, we don't need to do that here.
That's these guys. That's these stupid fucking people.
Clutch speed.
If you want to go ahead and off yourself, that's your prerogative. But you don't get to go ahead and endanger other people around you. No, fucking what do you call it? This is why we have to keep to the quarantine stuff. We got to stay at home as much as possible. We've got to wear a mask if we're out in public. That way we can keep each other from spreading it or catching it from each other or to each other. This is why we have to encourage social distancing. This is why we have to have events like CollectiveCon, who, even though they're a small fucking group, they're a small fucking convention, they didn't even break 500 attendees, did they?
Nope. According to what I'm reading here, the attendance was between 250 to 350 max. Mind you, this is an eyeball number, but that is roughly about a third of what you expect of a normal conference.
And yet, the maximum that people should be encouraging in terms of group gatherings is 50 fucking people.
Yep.
I'm so pissed off I dropped my soda bottle cap.
No, it's okay. I'd rather get...
No. Do you want me to fuck off? I'm gonna fuck them off right now. You want me to swear? I'm gonna fucking swear right now. Thank you for picking up my bottle cap. Now this is the fucking deal. The fucking deal is that we need to keep these cons closed as much as it hurts, as much pain as it causes me. I'm actually glad and grateful for our friends over at Omni Fan Expo and Lumicon and even Metrocon.
And every convention that we have talked about who have announced their cancellations for the right reason.
And even fucking, Megacon Orlando. They tried initially to announce, okay, we're postponing the con until Halloween weekend, and we're going to make it a limited edition con. Only a limited amount of people with temperature checks of laser pointers at your forehead and masks being mandatory. Even they announced earlier this week, Jose's got the announcement on his phone, that they went ahead and fucking canceled off.
Pretty much.
So, no, don't you fucking tell me that you can't stop the convention or can't not run the convention. Motherfucker, you guys had a choice. You made the wrong choice. You even got Vic McNuggets over and involved in this shit, and you wound up getting other people even more endangered for this shit.
Yeah,
and spreading it on a larger scale because you have more people showing up at a different venue and crowding over into his area too.
Yeah, no, absolutely no.
Fucking no.
Fuck this
Vic
guy.
Mariachi is a pain in the ass to begin with, whatever the allegations are. But he has to go and make himself a diva. Like, okay, well, I'll just make my own line.
No,
my own
yeah. He wants to go ahead and promote himself no matter what. Let me tell
Even
you
then.
something, Vic McNognon. I hope you're watching. I fucking hate your guts right now because if you really cared, if you cared about every person that has looked up to you, everyone who's idolized you, all right, despite all this shit that you put yourself in, there are still people that actually like you, that still think that you're the cream of the crop. If you really cared, you would have stayed home. You would have encouraged your fans to protect themselves instead of letting them choose for themselves.
People are stupid, man. You can't trust them to like judge for themselves.
And seeing that we're making the wrong choices because
they're
we're
retarded.
acting like idiots. We're mentally deficient motherfuckers is what we are, man. That's even better than saying retarded. Like you just because you gotta get scientific.
You know what? Brain problems were happening that day.
Yeah, no.
Like there's actually more details about CollectiveCon. Angel, if you'd be so kind to
go right ahead.
Yes,
word.
I'm digging here.
I'm gonna chill with my.
I'm gonna chill with my poppers, and Juan, you chill with your TikToks and your Pepsi. Angel, fire away.
Yeah, because I finished my poppers off, and that was fine.
It is time for me to
good,
bring.
by the way?
Oh,
are you good by the way? Like spice wise,
I am fantastic. Those were actually like it reached like a level of spiciness that it was strong, but not too strong for my delicate Cuban sensibilities.
Well, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
No, they were fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, time for a little fact checking, as we always do. So, of course, David Frank got his own line. They don't mention anything about anything. Let me see here. Apparently, aside from Mr. Jason David Frank, none of the other guests showed up during that day. It was in line. Our contract was in line for like 3 hours or so. Nobody except the two showed up. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe they were supposed to show up another time. Maybe they just bailed. I'm not going to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, he counted about 300 to 250 attendees. Vendor booths weren't spaced further apart from each other any different than initially planned. Apparently, it was supposed to be like a 10 by 8 space. But they got more space because a bunch of the artists that were planned to be there didn't show up.
They bailed.
Mm-hmm.
Good on them.
According to this, the walkway was approximately 12 to 13 feet wide, so attendees have room to social distance itself. And there was at least one panel with 134 seats. They were all laid out in sets of 2, and each set was 6 feet apart. So I'm not saying they weren't taking measures. I'm saying that this shouldn't have been happening to begin with. Like,
to fucking begin
guys, stop, please.
Stop. Get help.
So now what? Our contact left on 5:56 or so. The lines were pretty much gone. There was the only 2 lines that he saw were the ones for the sign up. The one with Jason David had about 63 people that he counted. The one where Vic had about 40 to 50 that he counted, and he didn't saw anybody else after he left. For what he understands here, the majority of them were wearing masks, are following the rules. I gotta say, I gotta admit, it is incredibly fucking depressing that we have to go reverse celebrity culture. Instead of encouraging the fans to think for themselves, we gotta tell the celebrities to tell the fans to think for themselves.
Well,
because
yeah.
the last time we told them to think for themselves, they died.
They died.
Well, yeah, because
Lemon logic.
Well, yeah, because aside from them, Vic McNognon, there are still celebrities, there are still popular names out there with enough credibility and enough on their accolades that people still look up to them and they'll believe anything they say.
Where did they? You know what? I'm not gonna say it anymore.
Tell me I'm wrong.
How long have we been doing this? No, you're not wrong, but answer me this.
Pretty much since the quarantine has begun.
We began doing these episodes, we've begun, continued, developed, and end our episodes going, wash your hands, clean your ass, wear your mask.
And enjuáguese la nalga.
It
That's
is
right,
that
for social distance.
simple. And guess what?
No, but you know
Somebody
what?
out there ain't listening. So you know what? I'm done.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to say this anymore.
No,
For
here's
now,
the-
whatever happens, I don't care. My conscience is clean. Go die. For all I care.
You wash your hands of this?
washing your hands of this.
Well
filth.
done.
Like Pontius Pilate, I wash my hands from the dead of this Jesus. Because this Jesus is kind of a moron.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no. Here's the thing. There are smart people out there that listen. You know,
Oh,
the
God,
people
my
that
legs.
canceled the cons, the people that are staying home. Good on them. Thank God. But for every, for a whole bunch of people that are listening, there's going to be that one idiot that decides to do something stupid and endanger a lot of people.
No,
Alas.
it's not one idiot.
Oh, it's a
About
group of
300 idiots, apparently.
In fact, as of now, we have lost 139,659 total deaths.
Yep.
Very impressive numbers.
Yeah, we're
Nice
winning
job,
so
Corona-chan.
much.
We'll make you a birthday cake or
So
something.
on the subject of people being smart, yes, I do have the official statement from Megacon Orlando, the organizer.
Fire away, fam.
And I quote,
Their limited edition. Go ahead.
"Hey there, fans. In light of COVID-19 developments and our commitment to the safety of our community, we have made the difficult decision to cancel Megacon Orlando's limited edition, which was supposed to take place on Halloween weekend of 2020. Like many of you, we had hoped October would be the right time to gather again to celebrate fandom, but it has become increasingly clear over the past few weeks that this is not a viable option. We promise to keep working to make 2021 exceptional for you. You deserve the best, and we look forward to seeing you next year on March 18th to the 21st of 2021 from what will be an awesome Megacon Orlando. All tickets will be transferred to 2021, no action required. If you prefer a refund, check your email for instructions. Thanks for sticking with us through all of this. You truly are awesome. Between now and when we're able to gather again to celebrate fandom in person, keep an eye out on your inbox and our social feeds for exciting announcements and surprises. Stay safe and let's stick together as a community. The Megacon Orlando team. P.S. Exhibitors, we have options for you as well. Check your inbox for details.
Regretful as it is, our hearts go out to the nice folks of the con who decided that maybe, just maybe, putting everyone's lives at risk might not be a good idea.
Oh, gee, you think?
I never do.
Really? Really? You think so?
Is that sarcasm I detect in your voice?
By all means.
I could be wrong. Now, here's where it gets good. Now, we have gotten the insight from a person who went inside the con.
Thanks again for that.
Thanks,
I
dude.
appreciate
Seriously,
your contribution.
you saved our asses with this one because we couldn't go. And okay, normally when we report on a con, we want to give a good play-by-play. You know, because cons are not a matter of opinion. We gotta deliver some fucking facts here.
Right, exactly.
With opinions, sprinkle, because spice life, whatever.
Yeah.
So thank you for going there. Thank you for spending the money. Thank you for giving us the information.
And most importantly, thank you for risking your own life in case of
Thank you
infection
for risking
and
your
sparing
life.
ours. Thank you so much.
I hope you had a good time, regardless of what happened.
Thank you.
Now, we got a different point of view here. Once again, I ain't saying names, even though they put it here in public information. Oh,
there we
you.
go.
I'm not gonna say
Cable
names
was dang.
because I want to play it safe here. You know, we wanna protect our sources. This is from an artist, a person who actually works in the big tables selling the information. This person was nice enough to make a big, nice compilation. I'm gonna bridge this because I don't want to eat the whole episode.
No, by all means, go ahead.
Please
Well,
bear with me.
you got 7 minutes to chew up.
Oh, listen, you little. Regardless, I'm going to give like an abridged version of the experience that they had when they went there. So they made a very nice list to begin with of the prices of going to the con. Artist table, $175, $150 if you booked it early.
Okay.
Hotel average cost, 5 miles, $115 per night. Parking, between $10 and $25 because, Jacksonville. Days, 3. Guests, 10 and up. Passes, $35 online, weekend pass, and multi-platform. So, Jacksonville, adjacent to the Jaguar Stadium, baseball complex, and Veterans Memorial, CollectiveCon itself, poised itself for greatness. Did a big lineup, had an aggressive marketing strategy. In fact, not only were they basically blowing up their own Facebook page with advertisement, they had TV shows, radio spots, and a massive pre-convention coverage in popular media outlets in the Jacksonville area. They were selling this shit harder than SummerSlam, dude. Got some cream cheese on the side of your mouth.
Oh, thank you.
So, unfortunately, massive advertisements don't always bring in the crowds, or at least not up here, not in North Florida. CollectiveCon was no exception. Look at this picture.
That's the inside of CollectiveCon's.
Beholdeth.
Or
Look
the
upon.
Why was that so empty?
Yeah, it was pretty deserted.
This is
so,
bizarre.
being down in a major city, it was the Mother's Day weekend as well. So everybody had other plans to go to. So timing-wise, they did not pick the best time for this. Now, they did beautiful things right. They booked up some guests. They had a spiffy professional website. They advertised. And they have 3 people operating the show that apparently had pretty good experience. And yeah, it does say here they got Todd Habercorn, Vic Mignogna, Steve Blum even, Caddy Hospital, Lamar. They had a lot of big names. Only the White Ranger showed up.
Only Jason David Frank.
And Broly flew over the side of the planet over there, blowing some shit up.
I'm gonna have
And
my
then-
own convention line.
Yeah, going over
with
to
blackjack and
hookah.
hookers.
In fact, Kakara! Anyways.
Except
so-
without the hookers, because he's a good Christian boy.
Exactly. He's married, isn't he?
Is Vic McNaught a man?
Like that
I
stops
think
him.
he is.
Anyway.
Whatevers. Anyway, because this person is an exhibit artist, the experience is different from the general attendee. You know,
Right.
they interact more with the staff, the volunteers, the employees. So usually they're supposed to get information about the event, and you can share that information with the fans. You know, like, hey, you want the artist there, you gotta give them some information. Like, we're gonna be here. This is your table. She got nothing. Not only was it difficult to get information from the site, this person rarely even heard from the staff after a month or 2 weeks out. Barely any information here. They like to post a floor plan on the Facebook page because, you know, you got to bring in the customers. No information. Apparently, it was also very difficult to fill a table because they went for the first come, first get basis. No reservation. You get it. It's yours. Apparently, it was just like Megacon and Tampa Bay Comic Con. Normally, those go well, but this time it didn't go very well. They contacted me a few times about rates. Never heard back. The fellow artists were talking about discounts. Nothing could be found. But eventually, they booked the table. While they were on the subject there, the advertisements claim this to be the biggest cosplay experience in Jacksonville. No, it is not the biggest.
What? No.
It is very reputable. They got some good guests, but this did not work out. There were some decent cosplays, but the majority of people, no cosplay at all.
What anime is that again? I forget.
That is
That's
Selfie.
from Durarara.
Yeah.
Hermadur.
Right. You left it hanging.
Oh, yes! So apparently this was considered one of a fly-by-fly con Northwest that resulted in a bit of skepticism after the events of JohnnyCon and EXPCon, which, as you know, didn't go very well.
Yeah,
they got deceased.
Oh, me and Juan, we know about the experience.
According to the artist, they were a little scared that they weren't able to make the investment. According to them, without shopping for anything, their total cost of attendance was $250, including booth, travel supplies, and food. And that includes printing costs, which are spread out over many conventions. This was a very expensive local convention. So, here's an idea. Megacon, $450, 90K attendees. Tampa Bay Comic Con, $550, 15K attendees. CollectiveCon, $250, maybe 2K attendees at the maximum. Maybe. Ancient City Con, $120, 2K attendees. Jekyll Comic Con, $70, 1,500 attendees. And Anime Day Jacksonville, $40, 500 plus attendees. Notice how the number keeps going down as I keep doing it.
Dropping.
So, Jacksonville and Jekyll Con are easy for an artist because they are low cost and you make a profit because it's a one-day show. There were newer prices for the door tickets on the website. There were never prices for the door tickets on the website.
Seriously?
Are you freaking kidding me?
That is
Ever.
fucking irresponsible.
That's so stupid.
They tried to get information via email. No avail. They wanted to share the information with the fans.
Nothing.
Information was extremely elusive. After they booked, I waited for the panel sign-up, scheduling information, floor plan information, loan instructions, clear understanding. Nothing. They sent them email about doing panel for the show. Never heard back. 3 weeks from the con, that's where they got an email from one of the promoters. The email basically said that it was on his birthday. He didn't care about punctuation or grammar. And not to be an ass, he literally said, don't be an ass when you load in. Okay, so
that's his big contribution.
Yep. Apparently, the email communication lacked a severe amount of professionalism. And then, this is going to get fucking weird, people.
Go on.
The artist got into contact with Jason to, hey, man, what the hell's going on here? Help me out, dude. The people are commenting on this, and they're complaining about the same thing that I'm complaining about. This person decided to research the artist's personal profile. According to them, while they were happy the art studio was participating, he basically wanted them to shut up and even offer them a refund, which the artist did not take. After, according to them, this producer, it took him a minute to learn that all the people complaining on Facebook were her friends. They weren't. They didn't realize until then, but they do have a lot of friends in the local community. Ain't that nice? So this guy was basically shrugging off complaints on the grounds of they are somehow related by friendship to the artist. So fuck that. Here's your money.
Basically saying, fuck you, I got mine.
Yeah, at this point, the artist realized that talking to them was pointless, and trying to contact them for updates when they were available resulted nothing. In fact, they never heard from this producer again. So about a week or so ago, they received a communication from another producer, one of the promoters. His name is Chris. Hi, Chris. Apparently, Chris was respectful and professional, and he was the one who actually answered the questions and worked for the shortcomings. A small ray of hope remained now. So they never announced that the guests were canceled.
They never announced for the guests. They never announced the prices raised for it.
So when Vic announced his little sign on here, that means that the guests that were at the con went, oh, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, no, they didn't tell me either. So they screwed over everyone. They screwed over the guest, and they screwed over the people that wanted to see the guest. Which means that one of the reasons why so many people that are not Jason David Frank showed up, that means that, guys, for all we know, several of the guests may have been canceled, and we just didn't hear from them. We only heard from Jason David Frank because he was there. We only heard from Big because he was the only one willing to go. Hey guys, if you still want to check me out,
see me, I'm over
here.
What the fuck? You know what? No, fuck these guys.
The loading bay was exclusively for vendors, so they had to load in through the front doors. The parking was nothing but grass and dirt. I get into the end.
All right, I was about to say,
skip right.
I'm gonna speed it up here. Loading times were changed rapidly on Friday to accommodate vendors that were unable to finish setting up on Thursday. It delayed entry time for everybody, and it was not communicated to the attendees. There were no event programs, so once you were at the convention, there was no way to get a schedule for anything.
No, like
the convention started late at 11:30. They mounted the exhibit house, make purchases, blah 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 blah. The house were spacious, but that just made them look even emptier. Traffic was slow. Vendors and artists on the aisles, and it was nearly impossible to tell how many attendees there were because there were very few. This is one of the more packed pictures they could find.
Let me see if there's a way to like maximize that.
Nope. Yes,
there is.
This is as packed as they managed to get it at one point.
Are you serious?
Shenanigans.
Completely like nothing.
Now let me conclude this thing. I'm getting to the end. Thank you for your time, guys. I apologize if this.
No, it's fine. We're wrapping this segment up.
Yeah, please, because I don't want to spend any more time with this shit.
Shit.
Go on.
Okay. Oh, hey, I Shine was performing there for free. This hurt the con because they weren't charging them.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Johnny on Bosch's band I Shine.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Was there?
Oh wait. Oh no. Wait. This is better. The show. No, this wasn't part of the show. There was just a music festival attached to the show.
Oh.
There were already 2 other music festivals happening on the weekend, and all the acts were free to the public.
Oh.
So while the con was happening, I Shine and the Aquas were playing like 3 blocks away for free.
Fuck. Oh my god!
So wow, all this anime just like fucking shot up all over the place.
Do you have something to drink?
No.
Okay, well, grab that empty can over there for a minute so you can. And Angel, give him
a
cup.
Many artists didn't take this well, and general consensus is that either they were not coming back or they were on the fence. In fact, this is not coming back.
I don't think you can get.
So countless times that he said that it's acceptable for the first year commission to shit the bed,
hang on.
but they dropped the ball so hard here, dude.
All right, so in conclusion,
this con suffered from A, screwing over the guests, B, screwing over the fans, B, repeated schedule changes, low attendance, and B, and coming out on A, the worst possible time, next to 2 musical free shows.
Gentlemen, I offer a toast in loving memory of Jacksonville's CollectiveCon.
To Jacksonville's CollectiveCon, may it die a fucking swift death.
Cheers. Congratulations.
Let's
you
drink
made
swift
big
memory.
You made Big McNona the least controversial thing to happen that day.
Fucking assholes.
Cheers, Void, each living capitalismus.
Kind of makes me want to set the entire Full Metal Alchemist collection on fire.
Now,
my collection. Screw you.
I bought some of that DVDs too.
I'm not letting you burn shit.
Appreciate the art, even if you don't like the artist.
Fair, because there's other actors that have more credibility and more common sense.
Angel, if you can slide.
No common sense
If you can slide backward. No.
Oh, sorry, back.
Over here.
So,
over here.
That ends my ever so illustrious report on CollectiveCon. We would like to extend our thanks to A, the poor miserable soul that went in there in person.
Thank you.
Dude,
once again.
I want to say names, but you know who you are and know that from the bottom of the pit of cold black matter that is my heart, you have my thanks. And I would like to extend my thanks to this artist. I tried to contact them in person to see if I could drop their names, but I couldn't do it in time.
But we figure you put it up on your personal blog for the general public to consume. So
you have our thanks for that as well. And thank you, because your word has brought information to a lot of people. And hey, we don't like to shit on cons, guys. We love the stuff, but if we see a problem, if there's a problem, it's got to get pointed out. That's how it is.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, this con had a lot of problems.
It had a lot of problems. But you know what? Let's move on from that stupid gutter shit, and let's actually get onto the brighter side of what we're here to talk about. And the brighter side is this: one of the most popular, iconic nerd shows in the internet, all over media, G4 is coming back soon.
Do you remember with beta nostalgia before or after coming from high school, turning on Spike TV just to see Morgan Webb and Adam Sessler just talking about video games?
You mean G4 TV?
Yes.
Not Spike TV.
Before Spike TV, sorry. You guys know what the funniest thing about that show was?
What?
The fact that Morgan Webb, who was considered to be there just for eye candy, turned out to be like the legitimate gamer girl.
Wow.
She was there all along, and nobody ever saw it. I guess they were too busy looking somewhere else and watching Adam Sessler fall into a cocaine binge, but that's...
No.
What was it also Olivia Munn?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, that show was like a fucking waifu producer.
And she wound up doing excellent work on the Newsroom on HBO, and she also played Psylocke in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes!
Yay!
Wow! I knew she sounded familiar. She looked familiar to me.
Yeah,
That's a hell of an improvement. Nice job. Well,
now,
congrats.
the way it turned out is San Diego Comic-Con is running this weekend as a series of live streams instead of what Jacksonville did, and endangered everyone's lives. But no, is in the live streaming here. We saw there was an article of the announcement of return of G4 in 2021.
I thought it was a rumor the first time I heard it.
Nope. They confirmed it in their
confirmed,
stream,
my friend.
which of course gave us Attack of the Show, which was this is a gamer-centric, geek culture-centric, proto sort of Ravens Flock shit. Before all that, it was a big.
It's us with
budget.
a budget and tits.
I know.
No, not just tits, because we've got female. We've got female members in the flock who also happen to be ample bosom.
Okay.
But the only thing is, it's tits that can appear on a consistent.
It's
schedule.
us with a budget and national TV approved tits.
Yeah, and consistent scheduling.
Now, speaking of scheduling, that's the part that kind of worries me a little bit because, okay, I loved Attack of the Show. I love G4. I love that shit. X-Play kicked my ass.
X-Play was one of
But
those
here's the thing, though.
shows.
They were consistently late because it takes a whole week to make an episode, and in between here and there, gaming news tends to change very quickly.
Yeah.
So I hope that whatever formula they're using now allows them to stay on top of this shit. You guys know that there's a YouTube channel that actually has all the episodes?
I did not know that.
No shit.
Hang on, let me find it for you.
I
real quick.
imagine that there's some sort of collection of episodes on YouTube. I mean,
Now, give me a second. I gotta look at my subscriptions because I got a million fucking channels here.
yeah, no shit. You're nose deep
Like
in the internet.
the trouble is that in 2014, like literally in the second year that the Ravens Flock had come out,
Yep, here it is. It's called Hazard Time with a Y, 5603, and my nostalgia.
dude,
When was their last episode? Like
2014.
2014. Okay, so
Nate-
for 6 years, we haven't heard a thing about them.
The reason why is because the G4 channel was bought out by Esquire magazine,
Mistakes were made.
as in like the gentleman man culture, manly men, and high fashion, and
They
give
should have
everyone
just
the
left as it was.
sandalwood, the
No.
manly shaved club.
Rich
Esquire.
mahogany shaped
So-
foam.
That, and at that point, like you mentioned, the scheduling consistency of G4 had started to degrade, and without a lot of gaming or geek culture programming to put on, they resorted to one of the cheapest forms of entertainment: syndicated reality shows. They would put on
Reality
shit
TV
like
was a
Cops.
mistake.
They put on shit like Cheaters. They put on crappy reality programming to fill out the time, and had zero quality, like irrelevance to the theme of the channel.
Well,
It's just
shit.
like what happens with the History Channel. It has so much stupid reality
That
shows.
eventually turns into sci-fi.
No, worse. Sci-fi turns into like Home and Garden, and the History Channel turns into sci-fi
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
with aliens.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying it
Aliens.
was aliens,
but it was aliens.
but it was con-produced.
That being said, them coming back in 2021, think about the possibilities of what they can do. Think
I'm-
about the
Look,
I am both happy and terrified.
Listen, it's been 6 years since then. Entertainment has evolved past the standard television format. So you can bet that one of two things is going to happen. Either A, they're going to be on regular terrestrial TV, cable or satellite, and they'll actually be able to host stuff live more frequently and have more video gaming themed programs like you would see on YouTube channels where you actually have streaming or Let's Plays that are sponsored by the studios or whatever in order to promote or whatever.
world we live in.
So you can have that, or G4 can come back in the form of a digital platform, i.e.,
Streaming.
Rooster Teeth or streaming service like that,
Yeah.
where they can just be like a YouTube channel where they have different programs and you'll come in live for this or that every week. And in the meantime, they'll fill out their content with comedy shit, with geek shit, with like, oh, hey, here's cosplaying stuff, and here's a tutorial. I don't know, maybe they'll throw a couple $100,000 at Yaya Han and she can get her own
dude
show.
with the
It'd
evolution,
be nice.
with the evolution,
Hire
of,
her.
with the evolution of the social media platforms and entertainment. Dude, they would break the internet by opening their own Twitch or having their own TikTok videos.
Besides,
They're not going to go to TikTok.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Besides-
this right now. They're not going to TikTok.
Besides, it's nice to know that, like, there was something beautiful about that show, because even when I was just watching rerun episodes, it felt nice to know that somewhere out there, somebody gave enough of a shit about our subculture to make a TV show about it. Yes, I know they were selling us shit. That's how TV works. But damn it, it was our shit.
It was our shit. They were selling it to us.
We had. Don't forget, this was happening during a time frame where it wasn't so far away from the insane belief that holding a controller for too long would turn you into a serial killer. I'm not exaggerating here. There's a reason Shin Megami Tensei didn't make it that popular when Final Fantasy was around, but I digress. The point is, during a time...
I was about to say, joke's on you. Shin Megami Tensei is finally getting a new sequel.
Oh, yeah, we're getting to that in a bit.
We'll get there.
Once we get to the gaming news, I'll run into that one. But the point is, during a time where television was not seen as something that we, the average video game connoisseur, would care about, there was a TV show there that made us, for a brief moment, give a single flying fuck about like cable TV.
And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was.
But all things have to come to an end, except not apparently, because we're doing the run back today. And yeah, there we go. G4 is coming back. Don't that feel great?
It's going to be beautiful. And
wow, a genuine smile on my face. I haven't felt that.
Holy shit, you smiled.
Did you guys see that?
And that wasn't sarcasm. That was a real, legit
Holy
smile.
shit, did you catch that?
Impossible.
Angel.
Has the joy come to this mouth that I never thought would smile again?
Angel, our hypothesis is getting reinforced more and more.
Soon, fun might in fact be allowed.
Is allowed. Fun is allowed, folks.
But no, it feels good to see it back. You know, a little piece of our not quite childhood, teenager hoods.
Teenagehoods, like early 20s at least for me.
First Tsunami and now this.
Yeah. That being said,
good, fam.
I'm excited. We're excited. Holy crap. We can't wait for 2021. We can't wait for G4 to come back. It's gonna
partially
be awesome.
because of the show and partially because we hope by then this whole bullshit will finally end.
Also, keep in mind, if it comes back, like we're expecting some new ideas. We might also expect some like new cast members. Or
they're just gonna start fighting to the death.
Yeah, no, for real. Like let them have. You know that Netflix game show, The Floor Is Lava.
Yeah.
Let them syndicate over on G4.
Sure, why not?
Because it's dumb fun. It's obviously going to be
start making some gaming based like levels.
Exactly. They
the
have that.
Lava. It's a Mario level, the one with all the castles.
Yeah, exactly. Like sponsored by Nintendo. Have those what are those spiky stone boulder guys?
Oh God, yeah.
Thwomps.
The thwomps. There. Have some like plushy thwomps drop on someone. Yeah. Oh no! And they fall and die, and then they die in the lava. But like, what do you call it? Like have shit like that. Like appeal to the shit. Like if you must syndicate like reruns of a show, how about American Gladiators?
Why? Hey, Nerd Gladiators! I will pay a lot just to see somebody get
been so long since I even heard of American.
See what I mean? Like, the thing is that they tried to hook it back on NBC when it was on the last run by having Hulk Hogan as one of the hosts. But there's only so much that Hulk Hogan can sell now.
Yeah. Especially when he diluted his brand by saying bad, naughty words.
Yeah.
That could be recorded in private conversation.
Now, guys like
while he was basically cucking his friend anyway.
Yeah, now popular athletic like entertainers who have more credibility, like The Rock or John Cena, they can get away with it.
Forget Ninja Warrior. Get Ultimate Ninja Warrior. Like basically say like, hey, ABC, CBS, NBC, screw you guys. We're going home to where the geeks who put this shit on the map actually goes, and we're going to G4 and we're gonna make this happen.
Huh.
Or better yet, since now and the video gaming is now considered an actual like national sport and an esport, like they could jump on that opportunity too.
Guys,
what's up?
You guys know how they have Shaquille O'Neal doing NFL TV commentary now that he's retired from the sport?
Shaquille O'Neal wasn't NFL. He was NBA. He was basketball.
My bad, basketball.
Yeah.
But you know how he's doing like commentary.
Yeah.
And he's literally like the biggest dude in the room no matter where you go. Fucker's Titanic. Yes. Well, let's do that with the wrestlers. Put them behind the desk.
We did that. It was called WWE Backstage, and it got canceled due to lack of interest. Because people aren't watching it on one of Fox Sports' 8th syndication channel at 11:30 at night.
Oh, so they gave them the worst time slot.
They did.
See, this is the reason why we abandoned TV and went to Netflix or just plain old good old-fashioned online. Speaking of online...
But what's online?
Well, before you get to that, I know where you're going with this.
Not yet.
But you do bring up a good point. There should be something like that. Hell, during the seasons of BattleBots when he was on national television, they had guests from Nerdist being on commentary.
There we go. Fucking great.
Give it on G4, like the successors of Grant T. Mahara. Go ahead and raise some hell. Why the fuck not?
Oh man, the possibilities are endless, and no matter what direction they go, we as the nerds will be satisfied.
We hope it'll go well.
We hope so. I hope so, because if it's just a cheap cash grab, then I swear to God, I'm just gonna fucking die.
We'll know, dude. Dude, we've been about this crap long enough that we can tell when something has feeling in it and when it doesn't.
Okay,
we'll see. Like, we can distinguish the Kojimas from the David Cages.
I'm going to give one recommendation over here for their new version of Attack of the Show. If you need a sexy gamer woman on there, I can wholeheartedly endorse a Twitch streamer. She's an affiliate. Her name is Curvy Llama.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a.k.a. Amanda de France. I wholeheartedly recommend, if you must have a sexy gamer woman on there, to jump in. Go ahead and hire her. She is excellent. She's a fun gamer. She gives a lot of commentary, and go ahead and have her in. Also, we have, what's her face? Sorry, go ahead.
When she streams, is the screen bigger than her screen, or is it the other way around?
I believe the screen's bigger than hers.
Okay, good. Because that means that she actually cares.
Like, she's green screened over in the corner.
Good.
So, yeah.
That means that she is no mere thought. She's a gamer.
Oh, that's very nice of you to endorse someone, Juan. That's very kind.
Don't touch me.
Well, did you know that you're actually a very responsible person? I admire your commitment to your hard work. Kill them. Kill them with kindness.
Stop!
Rake coals upon the book. The good book told me to do so. What book, you ask?
The good book is mean.
It's just a composition like elementary school book, and he wrote it in big bold letters, The Good Book.
Yes. Well, that's basically the Bible. You say whatever you will about religion, but the book has important lessons. Treat people like you want to be treated. Respect others. Respect your parents. Kill those motherfuckers and take them as slaves.
What? No, that's a... Oh, God.
Hey, listen, that's my promised land.
The favorite...
The ancient Israeli katana. I will sever them.
My favorite lesson is, if you're going to be trying to put business into my religion, I will chase you down. I will sit there patiently, braid myself without a leather in front of you, and then proceed to chase you down and tear your shit up out of my temple.
Can you imagine the version space when Jesus shows up, just grabs a bunch of like
leather stools?
You just wait.
Yeah, they're just like scary.
He gets up, get in line.
What? And you start chasing the motherfuckers out.
Playing Devil May Cry music.
Tearing their fucking booths down.
Oh, God.
Take the booths down and tear the shit out.
Sensation out.
Baldur from Bayonetta wishes he was that good.
Yes.
Okay, point is...
Right, back to it.
Back to it.
Our holy goodness of one of the crown jewels of our youth, G4, is announced to be returning soon.
Yes.
We wholeheartedly endorse this. We want to see that this is done right. We want to see that people get to enjoy this shit. It's likely going to be a streaming platform. If it is,
I can live with that.
Fine, I can live with it. Just don't go nuts on the pricing. Don't go like, okay, a free trial and then like $19.99 a fucking month. Come on, guys.
We want to support you, but we got to pay bills.
Yeah, man, wieners are broke.
Like, we got to start it off with something simple. Like, start it off at like $4.99 a month.
That's reasonable.
Not because we don't value it, but because there's only going to be so much content that you can put up.
Yeah. Now, mind you, the fact that if they do this as a streaming service, that means that they will have because if they don't have to waste the time basically setting up the structure of a TV episode with all the, like, guys, making TV is fucking
time-consuming and expensive.
Trying to even, like, coordinate properly the commercials with the time slot, with the people, with the program, with the news becoming outdated 5 minutes after it comes out. Television is, for lack of a better term, a very outdated way to get your information. Right? To do it now, it's kind of pointless.
Even live television.
Even the people of our previous generation before us are getting their shit through their phones now. So I can see them going to like Twitch or any other streaming platform, and I feel like it might be easier for them to do so. Having a freer schedule to work with, more resources, and an easier way to attract an audience that can just go, hey, man, you don't need to forget your paycheck. Have some donations.
While I agree with what you're saying, just remember, there's still an audience that do glue onto the TVs when they're watching national television.
Fair enough. No, I cannot deny it. The question is, which one has the bigger number? Because I apologize for going into the cold bucket here of ice, but at the end of the day, it's about the numbers. And if the show doesn't make numbers, the show's going to go away again.
More to the point, not just the numbers. Who's got the money? And nerds have disposable income. Most of us, at least. Please consider supporting the Ravens Talk on our Teespring store.
Oh, God. All right.
The point is, more people are cutting the cable and crashing their dish these days in support of streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and like taking their television off of the internet and smart TVs and shit. So it would probably do G4 a better service for them to start on Twitch or on YouTube as a live channel that way, and eventually migrating into their own streaming app of their own.
Well, we're just going to have to wait and see if there's further announcements heading into next year. They'll give us more information down the road.
That being said, we want to thank the folks who are bringing this together. And like I said, if you need a gamer girl to help host a show, go hit up Curvy Llama. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Every time I hear about streamers like Curvy Llama, I get a little sad because I'm like, girls like her are putting in the work, doing the editing, working on the giving content, and they barely reach Twitch affiliate. Meanwhile, we got somebody here essentially flashing their tits, and they're turning into multimillionaires.
Can you copy stack
It's the shortcut of success.
Thanos should have killed all of us.
No, Thanos just needs to.
No, because if Thanos killed all of us, then we're not going to have a G4.
Worth it.
No, Angel, it's okay. All we need is for Thanos to snap away Alinity.
Shit,
just like that.
Just get rid of the dumb people. Jesus.
Dude, you want to leave like only 5% of humanity behind?
Yes.
Yes!
I mean, as long as there's enough genetic diversity, the race will not go extinct. Let's not get into that right
now. Wow. Come on, man. Haven't you learned anything from Pacific Rim?
Giant robots are chicks dig giant robots?
Moving on. All right. So on the subject of information that we do have.
Superman builds a PC. Nerds everywhere rejoice. I'm not kidding.
I'm going to let you
actually take
the helm on this one.
No, I saw that, but it's more a matter of like, it's fucking hysterical. More people were so turned on and ooh-wooed at Henry Cavill.
Massive biceps building a PC.
Very calmly and very like dedicatedly putting it together a PC. And we're like, oh my gosh, he's such a cute nerd. Like, meanwhile, we got actual nerd motherfuckers
going, oh shit, he's actually good at this.
No, not even that. Like, guys, I do the same. Yeah, he's just a desperate game. Whatever, get off. Like, motherfuckers, y'all just want eye candy. Right. Fuck y'all.
Dude, I can say without a shadow of shame and sarcasm that I wish I had a third of the muscles that man has.
Same.
See, but Henry Cavill turns out, despite his dubious portrayal in the movies, he turned out to be Superman in real life because he's to the nerd core what we strive to be. That is powerful, respectful, charismatic, muscle, handsome man with a chiseled square jaw, humble and modest, and with the power to make PCs with his bare hands. That is the nerd version of the Ubersmensch.
That is also positively ironic that he's a better Superman in real life than he was in the movie.
You want positive masculinity? There you go. Henry Cavill. Good guy.
Yes.
All around cool dude. I want to have a beer with him.
As opposed
you know what? No, here's the thing. He didn't do a bad Superman. We can never fault don't fault the actor.
No, the actor did the job. The script fucked him over.
As opposed to negative masculinity that's going on. And I think I showed you, Angel, the other night. It was actually being reported by our friends over at Popcorn Planet by its holy Andy Signor and his buddy at Jody's Corner. They've been reporting, by the way, and this is probably news to you, Jose. Ray Fisher, the actor who played Cyborg, has been, like, last month he put up this thing basically saying that Joss Whedon, when he came in to reshoot the Justice League, was being abusive and terrible and horrible and one of the worst people ever. Peeps, silence, crickets for a month.
Wait a whole month after one accusation.
After one accusation, he brought nothing forward until earlier this week when he basically said, oh, well, they wouldn't give credit to this excellent barber that I brought in, that they wouldn't give him a movie credit for showing up on the film and being my personal barber on. They're like, okay, you got to remember, Ray Fisher played Cyborg, Victor Stone. What is Cyborg's hair? His hair is
barely there.
Buzz cut on one side, robot on the other. So either this guy gave him a world-class $900 buzz cut or literally shaved half his head.
Well, to be fair, it is
Wow.
Hollywood. $900 class haircuts are coming. Like, you
Now-
understand, it's a refined buzz cut from the ancient French legions.
But the point on this is even worse, and it's even
Oh,
dumber.
here
Go
comes
on.
Here's how he gets dumped.
Oh, no, please don't.
By not giving his personal barber, who was never part of the makeup or hair department of the production to begin with, any movie credit, that automatically makes Joss Whedon a racist.
Because the barber was black.
Oh no.
Yes, the barber was a black person.
Okay.
Sweden.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the paycheck the barber got out of this, that's the credit he gets.
But wait,
There's
there's
more.
more.
Is there? Oh.
I would-
Since Ray Fisher started putting this accusation and didn't give any additional context, like, wait,
no
this-
evidence, no
like-
explanation.
they're like basically saying, like, wait, you like our buddy Andy Signor basically come up and say, wait, is this it? Is this the giant horrible racial accusation that you've been building up towards? It's kind of nothing, because your barber was not part of the makeup and hair production team. He was not signed up by the studio to be part of the production. There was no obligation to give him any sort of credential other than anything that you personally might have decided to pay him for coming out. So, how is this, like, any jab against Joss Whedon?
3 times 0 equals what?
0.
0.
Oh, no. Actually, no, you're wrong. We're wrong on that. Because
Oh.
apparently, according to Twitter, because Andy Signor decided to question Ray Fisher on this shit, 3 times 0 equals Andy Signor's a racist. No, he ain't. Because, some other
Guys.
asshole decided to try to drag our buddy Andy out into the mud and basically go ahead and say, like, oh, Andy Signor, he has had a horrible reputation himself, so of course he's going to be racist too.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's
Everybody's
not let him talk
racist.
anything about, like,
Oh my god.
You know, I say hi to a black dude on the way there around my neighborhood.
you're racist, Angel,
I guess I'm a racist because I didn't want to shake his hand. You know why I didn't want to shake his hand?
because you're
Because
racist.
he just finished moving the fucking garbage out of my can.
You fucking racist. How
You're
dare you?
racist.
Oh, no. I guess when I go
No.
home, I'm just going to shit a whole burning cross out of my butthole when I go home
No,
today.
it-
It's the jalapenos,
Which
I
is-
tell you.
But go on.
Which is why earlier this week, on
Fuck
Andy
me.
Signor's channel, Popcorn Planet, please go ahead and give him a subscribe.
Hi,
Of course,
Popcorn Planet. We love your content.
He basically came forward and said, you know what? I want you to go ahead and try and face me based on the facts of what I had said and what was done. And while he was live on the stream, Ray Fisher himself apparently was watching the stream and had decided to block Andy on Twitter in order to keep him from viewing his own words.
He was lurking.
He was lurking. Either Ray Fisher himself or his representative, whoever helps run his social media, was lurking and watching. This just goes to prove that these Hollywood guys are so fucking sensitive about their own like image and their own shit that they'll watch anything.
God.
They'll watch
almighty.
anybody.
You don't
Like
understand.
Andy.
I crave attention like a fucking diabetic craves an IV drip.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So,
All right.
all
Oh
I
my
want to do
goodness.
before we get into our last segment over here is just bring this up and just like say like, okay, I looked at the evidence. I told Angel about this. Angel was watching live stream with us,
It was disgusting.
and since you're just finding out about this on your own, say, like for the first time, we can tell you without any fucking question, this was never about race.
Nope.
This Mike motherfucker, whoever this guy was, who tried to drag Andy through the mud and say, "Oh well, Andy Signor's a racist." No, your ass is a little bitch. Do you know why? Because you decided, "Oh, I'm going to clout chase and try to virtue signal by dragging a guy who's already been a whipping boy on the public for his own problems, where he had like sexual allegations against him and shit." And we're gonna go ahead and we're going to take this fucker's word on it a little more than you because he's actually reading shit based on the details as they are.
He's
We're not
looking
trying to infer any sort of racial connotations on this and shit.
But it's racist, though.
The only one who put that connotation on there was Ray Fisher. And there was no evidence based on the facts that actually stated anything of the like.
So Ray Fisher is just as much in the wrong.
No, that
For
makes
not-
Ray
for not-
Fisher is racist.
What a fucking idiot!
fuck,
Fuck that guy!
No,
Or
fucking hell.
He's either racist or he's the kind of shallow person that is willing to use race as an excuse to defend his wrongful actions. Let us not
It's not
forget.
even wrongful. It's just arrogant.
Exactly. Let's not forget that after he accused
Joss Whedon.
Buffy Man of the
Joss
thing
Whedon.
he did, he he brought absolutely no evidence of this happening.
Zero.
B, no one in the entire team backed him up with any evidence of this happening.
By the way, as far as him actually bringing direct evidence against Joss Whedon, he
Give me
said
something here.
Oh, he said, "I'll bring it out in due time."
No, motherfucker!
No!
That's what. See, this is why I don't trust online accusations. Because if you have the evidence to burn a motherfucker down, the best thing to do would be bring it out as soon as possible. Why would you wait?
But
in
no.
due time? What the fuck does that mean?
He's saying
He just set himself. He just set himself up as an
I got
example.
you. I got you on this. No, it's because he's like, oh, there's NDAs that I can't break, and I can't. Unless those NDAs specifically say that you can't say anything that's truthful. If there really is an accusation, which Andy actually brought a lawyer onto one of his streams to actually double check on the other day, said
fucking bring the pain.
the NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, are not considered invalid or broken if you're discussing something that is provably factually true.
Bring the evidence. What didn't the Planet Comic Planet Geek? What are the names?
Popcorn Planet.
Popcorn Planet said themselves, "Don't talk shit if you're not gonna bring the proof."
Exactly. No, I agree. Don't talk shit if you're not going to break the proof, Mr. Ray Fisher.
You know what this
son of a bitch.
Well,
You know what this-
okay, he's not a son of a bitch. He's just an arrogant ass.
Yeah, you're just an arrogant ass who has
What the
no
saddest
brains.
thing is, Carrie Payton,
just,
the voice actor of Cyborg, remains one of the nicest people we ever met.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Oh, yeah, no, the motherfucker was making a whole deal about having to say booyah at the end of the movie.
Bro,
wants to.
but it's a catchphrase.
It's a
But no, he doesn't want
catchphrase.
to. He's an artiste. He's an actor.
Bro,
whatever.
So listen, man, if Henry Cavill can dress up in a blue jumpsuit with a cape and say the cheesiest goddamn one-liners I ever heard in my life with a perfectly straight face and an all-American fucking apple pie smile on his
It
face,
just so happens that I have a nice CG smooch on there.
Right.
And still work that out.
and still work that out. If Gal Gadot can show up with a fucking tiara, a skirt, a sword, and a shield and play that shit to a T.
For the record, like, if you look at her suit, it's basically a one-piece bathing suit
Oh shit!
with no, look at it. Like, think of her
I didn't
outfit.
notice that. That's pretty cool.
Like, it's basically a one-piece bathing suit with a metal skirt, and she's got heels on her boots. They're like wedges.
The point is, if they can do all of this, then saying two words,
one word with a hyphen.
one word with a hyphen, one word with 2 syllables, is not going to kill your fucking performance.
Imagine
Kill your career.
Imagine thinking you're so important that you don't feel like acting in character of the character you are playing because you are an actor.
I'm done. I think I'm.
You know what the job of an actor is to play a character. It doesn't matter who they are in real life because the audience doesn't care. When you get up on the stage, it is your job to give the best possible performance. I don't care about who you are, what you are, where you come from, the color of your skin, sexuality, orientation, whatever the hell is going on with you. When you get on the stage, you play the part to the best of your ability. Where did you get off thinking you're too important to do your damn job?
No, for real. Like, and
Bro, come on.
Yeah.
You have something people would. Do you have any idea how many black actors in this country would kill to play Cyborg, one of the most iconic black heroes in DC Comics?
like, we've got another dude who's playing Cyborg on the DC live-action show Doom Patrol,
He fucking loves that shit.
and he's not given any sort of shit like this.
Remember when we interviewed
And he's-
DJ
and-
Storm, that mountain of a man who played Godzilla?
Yeah.
He was more excited for the movie than I was.
Like, and he was in it. He was like in the fucking thing. Like, dude, you are Godzilla. It's like, I know, but it's so cool. But you believe in one thing. That's
I love the fact that one of the heads of like Ghidorah was like the calm, cool dude. Was the new guy, and then we got bundle of excitement TJ Storm over here breaking the shit with his butt.
You know what that shit is?
What?
It's an example at this of having fun.
No.
Fun
No
is
way.
allowed.
Are you telling me Godzilla, the king of monsters, has decreed that fun is in fact allowed?
Godzilla, the king of all monsters and patron saint of collateral damage, has decreed fun is allowed.
So yeah, dude,
And on the subject of fun being allowed, let's move on because I want to talk about fun stuff that's coming our way.
gentlemen, it is time for video games.
Yay!
Yay!
So let's do a little recap of what happened recently. Let's bring some good damn news because let's be honest, the gaming scene has not been nearly as good as we expected. There has been this constant this constant fight between the fans and the journalists who apparently claim they can do better. But you know what? It's okay. Let's talk about good old-fashioned video games. Sucker Punch recently came out with their beautiful...
Sucker Punch Productions, not Sucker Punch, the Zack Snyder movie.
Thank you. Sucker Punch
gotta clarify.
Producciones came out with Ghost of Tsushima, the most accurate Japanese game ever made by Westerners.
Ghost of Tsushima. I accidentally mistyped that as ghosts, plural, but I went ahead and I corrected the hashtag. So
when was the game released?
Earlier this week.
Earlier this week, in fact, and I am happy to tell you that we got some good fucking numbers. In fact, the game as of now set a PS4 sales records with 2.4 million copies in 3 days, making it the fastest selling original game for Sony on PS4 PlayStation.
Amazing.
This is also the last exclusive for PS4, so we're going out on a fucking high note here.
Just giving you an FYI, folks. If you were watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RavensFlockOnline, before we went live earlier today for Los Amigos Play, Angel had actually brought his copy of Ghost of Tsushima while we were running a tech run, and it is so beautiful.
It is really good.
The
attention to detail on the landscape of the characters, and of course the game mechanics itself, the movement, the stories, the dialogue.
Bro, I felt so many emotions. But wait,
who'd have thought? Who'd have fucking thought we're getting emotional provocation and invocation from a video game without it being preachy or the hard sell for the game.
Wait, are you telling me that a tale of revenge can be properly told without shoving it into the faces of the gamer? How bad of a...
I don't know what you're talking about. I think so.
So let's talk about Metacritic real quick.
Go right ahead.
Now, let's not lie to ourselves. Oh, Jesus,
careful, man. Contain your excitement.
Now, my excitement shall flare.
The cards demand... Anyway, so let's not lie to ourselves. This game, while it was certainly announced and looked to be like a very big project, it actually experienced a few roadblocks on the way there. There were some delays in production that made people wonder if the game was being canceled until they declared that it was, thankfully, not. And because social media is a fucking plague upon humanity, the game, almost the moment it came out, came under fire by some insane Puritans on Twitter claiming that this game was doing cultural appropriation and glorifying the authoritative, brutal rule of the samurai. You know, the usual, I'm going to apply my standards to standards for hundreds of years ago and claim that makes me a better person shit. Also, they were saying that this American studio, Sucker Punch Studios, shouldn't have been making this game because they were appropriating Japanese culture, even though they're working for Sony, which is a company from what country again?
Sony? Japan.
New Zealand, I think. Anyway.
It's somewhere on the islands, but go on.
Meanwhile, the actual Japanese people are going, oh man, this game is actually pretty good. And Famitsu, the notoriously strict gaming magazine, gave this game a 40 out of 40. This is the only game aside from Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto 5 that has ever received that score.
Damn!
So, also, let's get one thing straight here. At the risk of sounding incredibly insensitive, the Japanese American people, the Asian Americans that are complaining about this, shut the fuck up. You are no more Asian than we are. You are born in this country, raised in this country, and bearing some very specific circumstances, you're gonna die in this country. Okay? You don't get to tell us our opinion is somehow less legitimate because your nationality is different. Okay, dipshit?
At the end of the day...
You're just about as important as just another person.
At the end of the day, if the folks within which the culture and the tale of this game are giving their seal of approval, including Famitsu, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Japanese-based gaming review company.
These guys
and they gave them a perfect score. I ain't got no fucking room to complain on this one. No, okay.
This is like going to a 5-star restaurant and the chef tastes your soup and goes, this soup is delicious. But the asshole selling hot dogs in the corner goes, I could make better soup.
Motherfucker, please.
Shut up. Drink your fucking soup.
Don't ruin it for everybody.
Not everything has to be a social justice warrior case. Why don't we actually go ahead and judge it on its own merits first? Let's go ahead and judge it on, and it did. It did get judged, and it was shown to be glowing. It was shown to be a fucking massive success.
Oh, I got something to tell you about that.
Go on.
What?
While the critical score was 83, nobody cares about the critical score. The important thing is that the user score for this game is 9.3, which is the highest ever user score on Metacritic.
9.3.
It is the highest it has ever gone.
Okay, the critic score you said was 83?
83
out of 100.
Yeah.
So if we're going to take a look at this numerically, that means it gets a B score from critics. That means that only 17% of critics have a problem with it.
Me.
Whereas the gamers, the people that this is sold to, the people who buy this shit, a 9.3.
They love it.
That's a 9. If you even out the score on that's 93%.
That's
that means 7% of the gamers would have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So,
by comparison, The Last of Us 2 has a 94 critical score and a 5.6 user score, which used to be much lower until they started deleting negative reviews.
Like the pussies they are.
So, guess what? This game is fucking great.
This game is fucking great, and you know what? There are plenty of other new games that are coming out, so let's... Yeah.
Now, for the record, if you want to have legitimate criticism about The Last of Us Part 2, feel free. We had our own little take,
we
kept it short and sweet. Like, okay, no one's going to say that it looks bad. No one's going to say that it plays bad. No one's going to say that the story isn't compelling, because it is a fucked up and compelling story. But if you're going to fucking imbibe yourself in the game, then imbibe yourself in that, and like ingratiate yourself in the storytelling. You want to throw in any other like political shit on that? That's separate on there. But don't make the discourse of social justice as your main selling point for the game, because otherwise you end up with user scores for The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, on the other hand, came out and said, "Hey, take it or leave it. It's fine." And people fucking like it. We're not trying to make a political statement about medieval feudal Japan.
Well, jolly jeez, man. It almost sounds like you're telling me that if you try to guilt your audience into buying your product and then lash out at them when they tell you that they hate you, might be, in fact, a pretty bad fucking move to make when your job is to entertain. Did anybody forget the iconic words of Jon Favreau? What you put out there, it goes back to you. You gotta read the audience and give them what they want. What do we want? Fun. What did they give me? Fun. And fun can come in many ways, shapes, and sizes, but...
Well, it can come in all sorts of different sizes, including the size of a tiny, shy and retiring the office worker who spends her free time with her lady friends raging out at karaoke bars.
Yeah! Shit, it's happening.
Yeah! Free of Aggretsuko on Netflix.
Are you ready for the everyday doldrum of blue-collar working life to press down upon you once again and drive you into an existential crisis?
I know I am.
Yes.
For those who don't know what Aggretsuko is, it follows a lot. It's a slice of life kind of anime or animated series, however you want to call it.
It's an anime.
It's an anime. It follows the adventures of this girl named Retsuko.
She's a fox.
She's a fox.
We're not saying that as like, oh, she's a fox.
She's a fox.
I thought she was like a red panda or something.
A red panda. Yeah, actually, she is.
She's a red panda.
She's a red panda.
Okay, she's a red panda.
She works a desk job, does her usual grind, goes home, and then whatever. And she's also a hopeless romantic
who's trying to deal with life and the difficulties thereof of being an adult in the ever so increasingly industrialized Japan society. We also got her best friend, who is a sarcastic fox named Feneko, and her not love interest, but still friend, Haida, who is voiced by Brent Diskin. You may know him as number 1 from Kids Next Door.
Yeah!
Yeah! So anyway, it's a fun show with surprisingly heavy themes about adulthood, responsibility, and romance. And it's made by the people who made Hello Kitty. So please get in there and enjoy it. It has a very charming, somewhat simplistic art style that just kind of strikes the chord.
If you got Netflix, we wholeheartedly endorse that you go ahead and binge watch the first 2 seasons.
It's fun,
especially if you're an office worker like myself or Angel.
We all work in an office, basically.
Yeah, that's part of our straight jobs. I'm not going to get into further details.
Every day we stray farther from God's light.
That being said, the season 3 of Aggretsuko is set to come out on August 27th, Thursday on Netflix.
Jesus, that's quick.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be so much fun.
We end the show at 9, right?
Of course, yes. So we only have a couple of minutes. So
okay.
Yes.
Do we have time for the Xbox presentation?
To that, one other thing that I do want to go ahead and have us plug, our main boy, our beautiful boy, our beautiful baby flocker, Casper Hignite.
Hey, Casper, what's up?
He's back on the scene on his own with his podcast, which is available on YouTube as well, and other streaming platforms that you can find, including Podbean. It is called the Queer Thesperience Podcast. It's basically like what? What's funny? I told you what it's all about.
It's puns.
Well, I was always thinking about the fact that he still has the nicest rack I ever seen.
Dude.
No. Okay, no. That's
I kid.
No.
Relax.
Even so.
That's not.
Relax. It's fine.
All right, but like the beautiful thing about this podcast is actually it deals with discussing the life and times of stage actors who are members of the LGBT community. Casper's already gotten loads of views from different people in the theater community at large, and his podcast is picking up steam all over the place. So we wholeheartedly recommend that if you have the time, please go ahead and look it up and show our boy Casper some love.
He's playing a detective now in the most recent play. He's doing pretty good for what I heard.
Yep,
nice.
He's doing excellent work over there, and we couldn't be prouder.
Close to you, my man. You finally made it to the stage, and now you get to dance under the beautiful lights.
Indeed. Now, another announcement that's been made here, and I'm going to try to breeze through this as fast as possible. Let's see here. Apparently, a new Fable game is coming out soon. Fable 4. Yep.
Yay.
Yeah. Let me.
Jose's trying to view a very dark screen with dark sunglasses. Either brighten that or lose these. Hey, folks, guess what?
No, not my human eyes. They must not see my human eyes.
No, the illusion of inhumanity must never be broken.
Thank you.
Stop.
I have two hands.
Royal Guard. Counter parry.
Listen, trust me to view with sunglasses.
I will sacrifice this laptop to stop the illusion from being broken if I have to. I will totally sleep on the ground.
Oh yeah, well guess what?
No, my medicines.
Besides, it's playing a fucking commercial. All right, the point is,
we are getting a new Fable game.
Yes, we are. And for those who don't know who Fable is, well,
what
Fable is? Angel, can you explain?
It is a series of third-person RPGs that put a lot of emphasis in story and decisions. In fact, when it was released for the Xbox 360, it was one of those games that really emphasized the whole of your decisions shape what is going to happen right now. Ooh. Gameplay was a little janky on the second one, and then it became just fucking broken in the third one, which was fucking like in the third one, you were supposed to like pick a choice, but you can amass so much money you can just pick the third choice by yourself. Overall, it's a pretty fun series that you can break in half over your knee very quickly. Interesting story, interesting voice acting, some very cool plot twists here and there, and overall, yeah, kind of looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I gotta tell you guys, right now, going into the Xbox Video Game Exhibition, aside from Fable and a few other titles, there really wasn't that much to look forward to because they did the cardinal sin.
What is?
Maximum CG, minimum gameplay. I'm gonna go real quick to the list of the stuff that showed up.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Yeah,
first off, oh shit, Halo Infinite. It's coming out in like 4 weeks.
Nobody cares. Well, I don't care.
It's coming out in like 4 weeks. It's like happening right now.
How do you not care, Jose? You love Halo.
Yeah, I love Halo, but we've already talked about Halo Infinite before and how underwhelming it sounds. Like, Angel, you and I, we've discussed Halo Infinite.
Well, yeah, honestly, after the switch to Bungie Studios to 343, there's no denying the quality of the storytelling became somewhat lackluster.
All right, well,
that side. Point in case is, Halo Infinite dropped a nice big trailer with like 8 minutes worth of gameplay, and it looks like Halo 4, and it plays like Halo. And introduces a new mechanic of grappling hooks. Apparently, there's these big, huge maps, and you move between them. And people are kind of freaking out because they saw that there's a screen with an option that says upgrades. We don't know what that means.
Oh, no!
We don't know, and we're going to keep going. So, Halo Infinite, yeah. Fable, that has been announced, two of those. Balan Wonderland, which appears to be a sequel of Into Dreams. A bit of a sweet-looking platforming with some interesting-looking gameplay. Forza Motorsports, because we're going to race our cars, boy!
Yeah.
Yay.
State of Decay because zombies. By the way, the reason I'm going so quickly to this is because there's no gameplay in any of them. Everwild, which is, I don't know, you play as a shaman protecting nature. Has a very nice looking, like, cartoony cell shade style, but no gameplay, so shut up.
God damn it.
Tell me why!
Ain't nothing but...
No, that's the name of the game. Tell me why.
Oh.
Apparently,
those mnemonic devices are horrible.
You can't even get songs right.
It's supposed to be some sort of visual novel style drama, and if I recall correctly, this is the game that they announced was going to have a trans protagonist, but they haven't actually said anything about that, and the trailer itself said nothing about that, so we'll see what happens. So a trailer that said fucking nothing. Great job.
The Outer Worlds.
The DLC expansion for first-person post-apocalyptic space survival with capitalism by the dudes that made Fallout. It was made by the dudes that made Fallout.
So it's Fallout.
Yep, good shit. That was good. About no one knows. There was a CG trailer of a bunch of arrows flying, a dude grabbing a sword in first person, right up my right. Skyrim? Nope, it's whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah.
So until I see what it is about, Skyrim liked. Psychonauts 2 with some actual gameplay and the theme song being sung by Mr. Jack Black himself.
Oh, yes! That's something.
That's fun!
Destiny 2 Beyond Light DLC for a game that's free on PSN right now and nobody liked to begin with. Bungie fucked up real bad on this one, guys.
Just real.
I was gonna say the Destiny still has their fans.
Can't they just go to and put that and just make that Destiny 3 now and just get it over with, please?
No!
Please?
Niet. El no. Anyway, speaking of Russians, Stalker 2, Shadow of Stalkering. Stalker 1 was pretty fun, so hopefully this one will do the same thing.
Okay.
It was also fucking terrifying. Warhammer 40k Dark Tide.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely the unexpected announcement. Apparently you play as, like, not as a space marine, but as an actual, like, down-to-earth soldier. It appears to be a first-person gameplay with a endless supply of enemies. So you're basically fighting hordes of mutants and heretics in first person.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Tetris Effect Connector. Remember that game I told you I played before?
Yes.
Yeah, like that, but more. Apparently you can play it online now.
Yes!
So that insane rhythm game has multiplayer now. In VR. It is pretty good. Had an interesting trailer. Hopefully that one turns out okay. The Gunk, third-person adventure gameplay where you explore a mysterious world invaded by an evil ooze.
The Gunk.
Yep. The Medium, horror game of exploration called Dual Reality where you apparently do things with spirits. No gameplay. Phantasy Star Online, a shit ton of gameplay. Weeaboo shit to the max. People running around in space with energy swords and Gundam armor and fighting fucking titans made of crystal.
No gameplay.
No, plenty of gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good. You can switch between guns and swords and fight. It's basically a super MMO with maximum anime. Look pretty fun, but it's an MMO, so no. Crossfire X, I don't know what it's about. There's a dude with a gun. A Dusk Falls. I don't know. Dragon Quest 8, we already have that for PS4, go away. Exomecha, no idea what it's about. They didn't reveal anything. Hello Neighbor 2, mystery/adventure comedy game, and that's it. Lots of trailers.
What about Shin Megami Tensei?
All right, so the Nintendo.
Let's talk about the good shit.
Right, so Nintendo released a bunch of really fun games because that's Nintendo, and we have among them Shin Megami Tensei 5, which was announced years ago, but we finally have some goddamn solid content. According to the plot, God is dead. Lucifer comes down from the heavens in an army of demons, essentially going, yeah, let's fuck shit up, boy! And our main character appears to make a deal with some sort of divine entity to survive. Now, if this is Shin Megami Tensei, as I know it is, most likely that entity has neutral to chaotic neutral motivations, and it will be up to our main character to decide whether he'll side with law, chaos, or forge his own path, just like the Shin Megami Tenseis like to do. Expect bullshit levels of difficulty, and never forget the buffs. And speaking of bullshit levels of difficulty, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne for the PS2, which one carried the moniker of being the first game to show up featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series,
is getting a remaster
for the PS4. Now, sadly, we're getting the Mania version, which has all the content, but it replaces Dante with Raido from the Shin Megami Tensei Raido Kuzunoha series. Now, I don't hate it. It's cool. I like the guy, but come on, man.
They can make a deal with Capcom, can't they?
Yeah, I would. But they gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
See,
we'll pay for the. We'll gladly
there was
pay.
a deal. The deal was you get to use Dante, and in exchange, you design Devil Triggers for DMC3. That's why they look so different. That style of Devil Trigger is the Kaneko style of demon summoning. And trust me,
man.
the shit that man designs is wild. But here's where it gets funny. You guys remember that room in Devil May Cry 3 where there's a bunch of floating cubes filled with glowing lines?
Yes, I remember that.
That aesthetic is all over the goddamn place in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Fuck! All over the place. There's an entire dungeon that is nothing but that.
That's fine! We
So there we
live
go.
with that!
They threw a little
Come
stuff.
on, Capcom, help us out!
That cube room in SMT3 wasn't just a random cube room. It was a shout out to SMT3 Nocturne Ultra Max Edition featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and Funky Mode, HD Remix and Knuckles, a Hideo Kojima game, Dark Souls 3.
Whoa, okay, so you're about to lose your
Championship Edition! Brawl! Brawl!
Oh no, the hype train just stop. Let me help you out here. I'll help you fill in another blank. Another popular game that's coming out soon is based off of the popular Cartoon Network series Samurai Jack.
Oh, yes!
There's a Samurai Jack video game.
August 21st. Featuring Jack from the Samurai Jack series.
All the voice actors are active.
We got time travel, we got multiple weapons.
The title is called Samurai Jack Battle Through Time.
You got Phil Lamar returning as Samurai Jack, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they got everybody back in.
Everyone. Got Tara Strong, Miss Tara Strong. Thank you.
The implication seems to be that this game is basically a spin-off, making it so during the last leg of the fight, for what I managed to interpret, Jack gets basically shot into a side of the portal and ends up in the past. So you're basically running to different timelines, trying to get to the point where you finally beat Aku for good. So this might be essentially a different ending to what we have in the series. We don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that the gameplay I've seen is basically Devil May Cry, which I am 100% down with that. And I gotta be honest with you, I have some doubts about the 3D style, not being able to capture the stylistic touch of Genndy Tartakovsky's bizarre-ass art. But what I see, they have it good. And also, I gotta say, the trailer had one of the best lines ever when he goes something on the lines of, Aku goes on the lines of, "Your struggle for the future will never end." And Jack responds with, "Everything has an end, even the future." I'm like, damn, Jack!
Damn, Jack!
Nice, Jack!
Jack, baby!
Yeah, I can't wait.
Samurai Jack!
Another announcement which made the...
Gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up. So another one that made the books from IGM.com, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Right now entering full development.
It's confirmed. So now we get to see just where exactly is this... Okay, see, now...
That was end of Disc 1.
That's the best... Here's the important question. Now we get to see the dividing path, because there's only two ways this is going to go. This is going to go Final Fantasy, or this is going to go Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, according to an interview I found somewhere, during the final fight of the original Final Fantasy, Nomura planned to kill everybody in the party except the last three you picked to fight Sephiroth. Like, when they dive into the Cosmo Cannon, whoever you didn't pick in your party, fucking dead.
Dead.
Apparently, Nomura guess, no, let me just kill Aerith instead. So Aerith died for the rest of us.
God damn it. Okay, thank you very much for your sacrifice, Aerith. It shall not be forgotten. You gave us the rest of
the second best girl.
All right.
Only because she's dead.
Another announcement. Yeah, I'm trying to breeze through, man. I can do this.
I got less than a minute. Come on.
Yeah, less than a minute.
You can do it.
Another game that's going to be released for the PS4, I think, or the PSP. The new Fate Extra Record.
That is definitely for the PlayStation, because Fate is a Sony franchise at this point.
Yes, for those who are fans of the original Fate of Fate Stay Night in all capacities, in all platforms, we're getting another game.
Fair warning.
Yay.
Fate Extra is an alternate universe. The story, characters, and gameplay are extremely different to what you're used to. That's all.
Yeah,
that's gonna be good.
Woo! There, how about that?
Well, we gotta wrap up, don't we? Any last words?
Long live gaming. Enjoy the gameplay. Thank you to all our friends and listeners out there. We hope that you will join us for the next episode. And thank you for taking the time to waste with us humble nerds.
Indeed. The last words for myself. I'm very excited for the new games and the new shows that are coming out, with the return of G4 coming out next year. And once again, proving that, yes, fun is allowed.
And we will
it's being proven that
we'll
it's
continue
allowed.
to fight for that ideal until we fucking drop dead.
Juancho, any last words?
Just these over here. Thank you very much for watching us on our live stream edition of the Ravens Flock Live. And please continue to follow us on Facebook.com/RavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/RavensFlockOnline, home of the Wednesday Night War, Thursday evenings, 10 p.m. Eastern, Twitch.tv/RavensFlockOnline, home of Los Amigos Play Live every Saturday afternoon, 5:30 Eastern Time. And of course, thank you for watching us here on YouTube.com/RavensFlock. Subscribe to us, hit the notification bell, leave your comments, like, subscribe, do all the things, and please share your love of the Ravens Flock by supporting us on teespring.com/store/the Ravens Flock, home of our merchandise here. And use our promo code FSHIP2020.
FSHIP2020. You'll receive free shipping and handling on all your purchased items, ranging from clothing to all sorts of accessories.
And yes, thank you for supporting us here on our main home channel, home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, and the Ravens Flock Live.
All right, folks, this has been another exciting live stream edition here. We are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.
No thumb up, Angel? No thumb up? Come on.
All right, hang on. Let me just fucking fix this stupid. I have to take it to the technician.
All right.